This video is the fourth part of a series showing how RoadEng can be used for design review for the Korean Forest Service when provided with a DWG that contains 2D horizontal alignment information and LiDAR data in DEM format with an IMG extension. This part in particular will focus on reviewing what we've set up in the previous parts. So in the previous parts, we've created our terrain model. We've set up our location file, and then we've assigned a vertical alignment to that horizontal alignment. And there were three options that we ran through for how we could assign the vertical alignment to it. Next, we have our actual review of the alignment that we're dealing with. So we have the various views where we can see what we're dealing with. So in the right panel here, we've got our plan view. So we've got our road edges, center line, but we also have the slope stakes. So we can see where those dashed lines deviate further from the alignment. We are, in this case, in a deeper cut. And we can also see our cross sections, and as we click along the alignment, we can see anywhere that we click what the cross section is going to look like. Now it's not just updating in our plan view, cross-section view, that's also updating in our profile view. So if we click along the profile, we can see, well, here for example, we've got a very deep and expensive cut. Now that cut we can see is at a 6.1 meter cut at center line. We can see our top of cut over here with a 13.4 meter offset. And we can click along and check out this anywhere we'd like. Now, a really useful feature visually is the 3D view, where we can expand it and we can rotate around and see what we're dealing with anywhere along our alignment. And we can zoom in and check out particular areas as well. Now, if we'd like to be a little more tabular about how we consider things, well, we can start out just by looking, still a graph, but we can use the mass haul to see how much of a surplus we have. So in this case, I've got a surplus of about 43,000 cubic meters. If we'd like that even more tabularly broken down, we can use the data table, and we can configure a data table. We can right click, we can tell the software how frequently we're seeing those rows. So in this case, if we want to see them every 100 meters, we can turn on that. We can turn on totals, and we can tell the software what attributes we'd like to view. So in this case, let's do subgrade cut, subgrade fill, and surface 1. We'll press OK. So we can see along this alignment we have no subgrade fill, or hardly any, because we've got that full bench constraint assigned. We've got lots of subgrade cut, and then our surface 1 fill is being tracked, and we have about 1,500 cubes of our aggregate being required here. If we'd like to take this tabular breakdown even further, we can look at our Project Explorer panel, and we can see our expected costs in thousands. Now with this, those costs are driven by the ground types table, so we can assign unit rates for various ground types for our haul costs, and this is what's used in the vertical optimization that we covered in our previous video. Thank you.